Every year, thousands of people move to Minneapolis chasing great jobs, the beautiful lakes, and nice people. But here's what nobody tells you. There's a handful of mistakes almost everyone makes when they relocate here. And some of these mistakes can cost a lot of money, and I don't want you to go through that. In this video, not only am I breaking down the #1 biggest mistake people make when moving to Minneapolis, but 6 other smaller mistakes that most people never think about. Hey, I'm Jason Huerkamp. My team has helped more than 3,600 families buy and sell homes across the Twin Cities over the last 15 years. Whether you're relocating from out of state, moving up from your first home, or just trying to figure out which suburb best fits your lifestyle, this video has everything you need to know. So let's get into it. So mistake #1, not being prepared for the winter. Picture this. You're standing outside at 6:30 a.m. and your face literally freezes. It's not an exaggeration. That's January in Minneapolis. And if you think you're ready for winter, you probably aren't. So the cold season really lasts over 3 months, from late November through March. The average winter temperature is around 20 degrees. The all-time record low for the Twin Cities is -34 degrees. But Minneapolis is a very walkable city with over 1,800 miles of sidewalks. But let's be frank, when it's -10 outside, nobody is walking a mile to grab a coffee. Well, some people are, but we just call them a little bit crazy because it's cold. Minnesota law doesn't require winter tires, but I can tell you you're going to want them. In fact, I have them for my vehicles and I highly recommend them for you. So when you hit black ice on one of the major freeways at 6:30 in the morning, you'll wish you had a little bit better grip. Minnesotans love winter. Cross-country skiing, ice skating, ice fishing, snowmobiling, all are great things about our state. The parks are beautiful when they're covered in snow, but you have to be prepared. Now, getting through winter is one thing, but getting through winter traffic is really where the true test begins. So mistake #2, ignoring commute times in winter traffic. Listen up. When winter hits, you gotta rethink your whole schedule. Commutes take way longer once the snow and ice roll in. And if you don't plan for it, that daily drive can turn into a total headache. About 19% of the Twin Cities freeways are clogged up with traffic or moving slower than 45 miles an hour. Morning rush is between 7:30 and 8:30, and the evening rush is between 4 and 6 p.m. And it can be brutal, but rest assured, we could get a foot of snow today, and by tomorrow evening, you will be driving 70 miles an hour down the roads. It does not take us days for it to go away because we have a very sophisticated, well-managed system in place to get the roads clean in a timely and fast basis. So yes, winter traffic is tough, sure, but having the wrong expectations about people here can make settling in a whole lot tougher. You'll see what I mean when we get there. Minnesota's unofficial 5th season, road construction. So the state announced nearly 180 road and bridge projects for 2025, and many, unfortunately, are multi-year projects. If shopping for a home, think about the commute. Location matters. The closer you are to where you need to be, the less headaches you'll have with traffic every day, because winter traffic can turn a dream location into a daily grind. And before we keep going, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of our videos. Every week, we break down the stuff buyers overlook so you can skip the mistakes and make smarter moves here in the Twin Cities. And speaking of being prepared, there's another financial reality that catches a lot of people completely off guard. Mistake #3, not budgeting for higher state taxes. Here's a big one that people don't think about until they've already moved. Minnesota taxes hit differently. It may be shocking if you're coming from a state with no income tax like Texas or Florida, But once you see what that money actually goes towards, it starts to make a lot more sense. So the top rate for income tax in Minnesota is 9.85%. And that's if you're making over $198,000 for single filers or over $330,000 for married couples. Even if you're not in the top bracket, you're looking at rates of 5.35%, 6.8%, or 7.85%, depending on what income bracket you're in. But you're getting some of the best public schools in the country. Wayzata Public Schools is the number one in the state with A+ ratings and more than 12,000 students. Minnetonka is number 2. Edina is number 3 with an A+ rating and more than 8,000 students. So some of your dollars for taxes, they go towards Minneapolis parks and other parks throughout the state. So just in Minneapolis alone, we have 185 park properties that have over 7,000 acres of park land. And there's 102 miles worth of biking and walking paths that actually get cleared by 7 a.m. every morning. Well, most mornings, right? If we get 2 feet of snow, those might not actually be cleared. So additionally, with higher taxes, we also have that world-class healthcare. We have Abbott Northwestern, Hennepin Healthcare, University of Minnesota Medical Center, just to name a few. The metro area is actually home to 17 of the Fortune 500 companies, including, but not limited to, Target, United Health Group, US Bank, 3M, and General Mills. So let's just think about that for broader context. Many of the Fortune 500 companies that are rooted here are in food, medical, and banking. So tell me which one of those that you don't want to go without. They all help to make us a very stable Midwest economy. So when you're budgeting a move, factor in the higher state income tax. Talk to an accountant. Make sure you know what take-home pay is going to look like. So those taxes pay for some pretty amazing stuff. There's no doubt about it. But there's one thing your money can't buy here, and I'm not talking about love. And it's the part that surprises most everyone who moves to Minnesota. Mistake number 4, assuming Minnesota nice actually means instant friendships. Everybody's going to smile at you here, wave at you, tell you they'd love to grab coffee sometime, and then you'll never hear from them again. Well, that's not totally true, but that happens sometimes. So welcome to Minnesota Nice. So people here are friendly, they're polite and helpful. But newcomers don't realize pleasant doesn't mean close. Minnesotans will say, "Oh, you betcha, we should get together sometime." But that invitation rarely turns into a plan. A University of Minnesota study will show that Minnesotans score higher on trust but lower on openness to new experiences. Around 7 out of 10 people in Minnesota were born in the state, which is much higher than the national average. An old joke that you often will hear Minnesotans say is if you want to make a friend in Minnesota, you should have gone to kindergarten with them. Minnesota Nice is real, but not the same as an instant friendship. But skipping the next step can cost you serious money right away. Mistake number 5, skipping home inspections for old housing. Here's the thing. Those charming older homes in Minneapolis look amazing on the surface, right? But behind that character can hide some seriously expensive surprises if you skip the inspection. So there are a lot of homes in Minneapolis, especially those core city neighborhoods that were built before 1950. These homes have charm, but also potentially could have problems. Foundations that crack from the freeze-thaw cycles, not enough insulation, outdated plumbing, older electrical can all be issues that you'll have to deal with potentially if they haven't already been updated. So the market has shifted. It's more balanced now, meaning you can take a little bit more time, and as a buyer, you actually can have a home inspection on your most valuable asset. The median sales price in Minneapolis is around $351,000, and homes are on the market for around 24 days. A general home inspection is going to be one of the things that you should always get on a property. Additional to that, you could get a sewer line inspection, and that's going to make sure that the sewer line between the house and the main line in the street is properly done. These inspections can cost a few $100s, but can help save you thousands of dollars in repairs. So definitely let's sit down and talk about what inspections are best for you with the given property that you're thinking about purchasing. Even if you buy the perfect house, let's be frank, it won't feel right if it's in the wrong area. And trust me, Minneapolis neighborhoods can be totally different from each other. You'll want to stick around for the last mistake. It's a big one. For now, let's see what you can do to avoid this mistake. So mistake number 6, forgetting about seasonal allergies and mosquitoes. Minnesota summers look like a dream with all of the lakes, sunsets, warm evenings, all the beautiful green trees. But the truth is, 2 tiny things can really ruin your time outside. And I'm talking about mosquitoes and pollen. Yes, you heard it. And if you think I'm joking, wait till you spend your first July evening by the lake without bug spray. Now, given metropolitan mosquito control, they spray lakes, they spray ponds, and to be honest, in the Twin Cities in general, we really don't have a big mosquito problem. However, if you get outstate, mosquitoes can be a real thing and they will try to carry you away. All joking aside, they really won't carry you away, but you really want to have some bug spray. Planning to spend summer evenings by the lake, you're going to need bug spray. And I don't know that you need a lot of it, but you definitely need it. Or you're going to need like citronella, something like that. Maybe a screened-in porch. Minnesota has a long and intense pollen season additionally. Tree pollen in the spring, grass pollen in the early summer, ragweed pollen in the late summer and fall. That all sounds fantastic, right? It's really nice that we have a lot of flowers and we have a lot of green trees, but with those things actually come pollen too. So the Minnesota Department of Health study recently said ragweed season has increased from 18 to 21 days between 1995 and 2015. So if you suffer from allergies or asthma, stock up on allergy meds, consider getting a home air purifier, and talk with your doctor. Now, you can prep for bugs and allergies, but the mistake we're covering next truly affects where you live and how you commute, what your kids' schools look like, and basically your entire daily life. Mistake number 7, choosing the wrong suburb or neighborhood. The Twin Cities have some amazing places to live, but they couldn't be more different from each other. Whether you're talking about Uptown, Edina, Maple Grove, Woodbury, they're all in the same metro, right? The Twin Cities, Minneapolis and St. Paul. But they're totally different from the lifestyle to the community to the price points that they're at. The urban core, like the North Loop, Northeast, is very walkable and full of art. The first ring suburbs, such as Edina, Hopkins, and St. Louis Park, mix city life with suburban comfort and shorter commutes. The outer ring suburbs, like Maple Grove, Woodbury, and Blaine, have newer homes, more space, but they have longer drives. Choosing the wrong neighborhood affects your daily life more than almost any other decision. Your kids might end up in schools that don't match their learning styles. You could be surrounded by neighbors in totally different stages of life. A long commute could drain your energy. So choosing the right neighborhood, it's about building the life you want here. A little research or the right agent can save you years of frustration and a whole lot of money. And that's exactly what we do to help people. So look, moving to Minneapolis is a big decision. And these 7 mistakes make the difference between loving it here and wondering why you ever left your old state. But now you know what to watch for, and that puts you way ahead of most people that are making the move. If you're thinking about relocating to the Twin Cities and you want help avoiding these mistakes, shoot us an email at jason@hhgus.com. We can schedule a call to figure out exactly which suburb fits your lifestyle and your budget. Don't wait until you're ready to move here and scrambling to find a place. The best homes and neighborhoods go fast, and having someone who knows the market inside and out makes all the difference in the world. And if you're wondering which Twin Cities suburbs gives you the most value for your money, you need to watch this next video. I'm taking you on a complete tour of Lakeville, one of the most underrated suburbs in the entire metro. Click here to see why Lakeville might be exactly what you've been looking for. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you at the next house.